Hey guys, Fred Wachtel here with Prosperitas Financial, and today I want to talk to you about the compounding of interest, compounding of your accounts, and how you really do build wealth. And I'm going to explain it to you in a very simple way using a spreadsheet that I use for most of my clients. Now, this spreadsheet is going to have the years, how much you put in, what your contribution is, what the return is. So basically I'll put the return there and the money there. But let's just say you have an account and you're starting out with $100,000, and maybe that's your IRA, maybe that's your 401k, maybe that's just money sitting in the bank. And you come over here and you throw in whatever your rate of return is. So if your rate of return is, let's just say, money market in a bank, you're getting about 0.1%. So you can see how the money grows. So you can see after the first year at 0.1%, your 100 grand picks up $100. Now where the compounding comes in is a little bit more down here, where you could see it goes to 1 and 2 and 3. That's because now your interest is getting interest, and you can see how it grows. So if we look at a 5-year mark, we come over here, 0.1%, $100 grand turns into 501. So after 5 years, you have $501. After 10 years, you have $1,005, and after 20 years, you have $2,019 that you've made leaving your money in a bank in your typical money market account. Now, that's really no way to invest your money, and if you're going to have your money in the bank more than a year, that's probably not the direction you want to go. So next, let's take a look at 1%. And these are money rates at a lot of the credit unions, and maybe there's a CD we can get for a couple of years, just all different things that could get you 1%. But you can see the difference here between what you're getting there and what you're getting at 1%. There's a difference of about 5 grand. So after 5 years, it's extra 5,100. After 10, you've made 10 grand. And after 20 years, you made 22,000. And again, that's not great, but it is way better than just leaving your money in money market over time. And again, there's lots of investments that can get you somewhere in the neighborhood between 1 and 3 without a whole lot of risk. But let's go to 3 now. And I'm just going to throw it in here so you can look down at all the subsequent years. But if you go to 3%, you could see now there's a big difference here. You've made 10,000 more in 5 years, 25,000 almost, 24,000 in 10 years, and almost another 60,000 in 20 years. So you could see sitting in money market for 20 years, which some people do, 2,000. But if you get into something, there's different kinds of bonds and all different things we can look for. That's substantial over time. If you're in just a typical investment, let's just say you're in a large cap mutual fund, S&P fund, just something that tracks the markets, we're going to throw down 7% here. And 7% isn't something you're going to get every year. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. But if you're averaging 7%, you can see that now you're at 140,000 over a 5-year period versus 100. And if you come all the way over here to 20 years, 102,000 to a possibility of 386, depending on what the markets do. These would be obviously longer term investments, but again, you don't really want to leave your money in money market for long periods of time unless you, well, really never. You just want to leave it in there for if you're buying a house or something, just short term. I'm going to throw in here real quick what happens when you grow your money and continue to save. And I'm going to use 6,000 just because it's a good number for IRAs, which most people have and are familiar with. Now, let me just scroll down a little bit here. So I threw in one extra line. So with your deposit, when you put in 6,000 each month or each year, your interest you're going to get interest on that $6,000 every single time. So that's really how you build wealth. It's not by putting money in the bank and putting it in an investment and letting it grow just like that. It'll grow, you'll have more money, but the real way to build wealth is to continue to save. And you can see here, I did it at 5%, so we'll just compare it to that line, but over a 5-year period, you go from 127 to 160, 10-year 162 to 238, and 20-year 265 to 463. And that's really where you start building the wealth. So the way compounding of interest works is your money goes in, you get your interest, you have the new total, and now your new total is what the interest comes from. It doesn't come from the principal every time. It comes from the gains also. And that's the compounding, and that's how you build wealth with compounding of interest. My name's Fred Wachtel. Thank you very much.